Yes, that's me. Now you're probably wondering how I got into this situation. It all started with... So first of all, I got Vivid Weathers, because I was slowly growing bored of the weathers always looking exactly the same. Now the game looks totally different, because Vivid Weathers actually changes the exterior lighting too. But that aside, let's check the new mods. There is some truly revolutionary stuff, so I thought, why walk if we can ride? There is a Dwarven Motorcycle by GG77, waiting for us right at the stables. So eager for a ride, the wheels are already spinning. Yeah, that's just how vehicles work in Skyrim. The riding animation also looks a bit funny, because it's just the regular horseback animation. The bike is, however, way faster than a regular horse, so be careful or stuff won't have the time to load properly and the game can CTD. Also, since it's based on a horse, it will aggressively autopilot in combat and try to run over your enemies. And I guess as a bonus there is also this Dwarven Draugr something thing. It's called the Dwarven Mistress. It counts as a pet, so you will have to dismiss yours if you have one to recruit this. But okay folks, time to get serious, there's a lot to do. First of all, we got two mods by Tsai. Wintersun, Faith of Skyrim. This one is a very elaborate RELlGlON mod, which allows to worship all kinds of deities from the Elder Scrolls universe, through immersive new game mechanics like praying and meditating, and at some point being blessed with divine powers. It is possible to worship only one deity at a time, and the selection is incredibly vast. There are the 9 divines, obviously, then the 17 Daedric princes, then the 8 elven ancestors like Auriel or Magnus, then there are the Yokudan pantheons, a group of deities usually worshipped by Red Guards, then the Khajiit pantheons, favored by our furry friends, and then a category simply labeled Other Deities, which includes less powerful deities like Shor and Thithith. So a total of 48 deities to choose from, all based on the Elder Scrolls lore. I haven't even heard of some of them before. Like seriously, what the hell is a Tall Papa? I have a Tall Papa. My dad is like 192 or something, and I'm only 180. What the hell? But sorry, back to the mod. All the deities have unique traits and grant unique powers. Some of them have requirements too, like being a certain race or completing a quest before you can worship them. To join the Hist, for example, you obviously need to be an Argonian. Racial deity means you will be able to select it right at the start of your playthrough, like it was your religion even before you came to Skyrim. This choice will however also pop up when you load the game for the first time with this mod enabled. But okay, let's see how all this actually works in-game. Let's go with the total obvious Talos in this example. Although my Talos looks a bit weird today. So, after we pray at his shrine and become a worshipper, we get a meditation power and a list of their religious tenets. Meditating or praying at their shrine at least once a day and following their tenets will raise our favor with this deity. And when it reaches 100, we become a devotee and unlock the second ability. And it looks like I'm one hell of a devotee, because my favor was at 150% from the start. Well, one of Talos' tenets is about learning the dragon language. And since I have already learned all the vanilla dragon shouts, plus the shouts from Thunderchild, it went over 100, I guess. Of course, the favor percentage can also drop if you go against the tenets and forget to pray. But let's try another one just out of curiosity. Let's pick Julianos, how about this? And yeah, see, now it's only at 56.7%, so everything works as intended. And yes, at this point it is already clear as day. This mod adds a great depth and a juicy chunk of immersion to the religious system in the game, just as expected from this modder. But as I said, there are two mods by Tsai. Morningstar, Minimalistic Races of Skyrim is the second one. This is a small, simple mod to overhaul the racial bonuses and make them a bit more balanced. Okay, fine, to make them a bit more immersive. So, because some races get lesser powers which are way more useful than those of the other races, and because many of those powers are player exclusive anyway, this mod gets rid of all that and grants each race 2 passive bonuses. The only exception are the cat shits. They are the only ones who get an active power as well. Other than that, everything seems perfectly balanced, as all things should be. This mod tries to improve things with a minimalistic approach by letting you concentrate more on the actual game while the stat business is being handled in the background, unnoticed. Next we have another revolution, but of the visual kind. Rudy HQ, more lights for ENB by Rudy102. This mod utilizes the new particle lights technology, which was recently added to the ENB series. For that to work you need an ENB which runs on 365 binary files or newer. Actually, it doesn't even matter if the ENB itself is older as long as you have the correct binaries. I'm still using Quenon here and it works. You also need to activate 2 things in the settings. Enable big range in the complex particle lights section and enable complex particle lights in the effects section. This is also not just one, but several mods to make different non-static objects emit light. That includes soul gems, the green plants and barrels in the afflicted ruins, Chaurus egg sacs and the egg items themselves, different arrows like Daedric, Dwarven, Ebony and Glass, all with different colors. I think it would be more fitting, however, if the Daedric arrows had the red glow color and the Ebony the blue one, but that's just me. And then there are also the Nirnroots and Deathbells. Yes, I know, many of those objects are actually static, so theoretically you could achieve the same effect by simply adding a light source to them, but that's not the point at all. The amazing thing about all this is, it's not an object with a light source, but actually the object itself emits light. It's amazing how far we are getting with ENB technology. Even after all these years, the world of modding is still able to feed us such tasty breakthroughs. It's incredible. When will it end? I'm just kidding. Okay, I hope you are still in the mood for some custom voice follower action. There are several individuals, starting with Companion Yngvarr by Engelbert. I think they called him Yngvarr with 2 R's, because there already is an Yngvarr in the vanilla game.
You've been a good friend to me. That means something. Thongvor's made me his housecarl. Remember, me killing you is legal.
So this new Yngvarr can be found at his own house, Yngvarr's Hall, located southeast of Anzelwund.
A stranger comes to our hall. Greetings, outsider. If you have some business here, speak it.
He uses edited dialogue lines of Kodlak Whitemane, including some unused dialogues from the game files.
Would you now? Here, let me have a look at you. Yes, perhaps. A certain strength of spirit. Let's not waste too much time talking when there is glory to be had.
Interesting. I always wanted to have an old Gandalf tier dude follow me around, but actually he reminds me more on the first Warrior of Light. His story is of course similar to that of Kodlak, involving a curse and Sovngarde and all that. You can also check his old manhood. I'm kidding, it's old manhood, of course. Yeah, I'm gonna call him Yngvarr the Grey now. This follower has his own framework, by the way, and a custom feature to quiet him down if you wish to do some sneaky stabby stuff.
Of course, but this sneaking around, it does not befit warriors of your standing.
Well then we shall not. We shall engage our enemies in glorious combat. Yngvarr also has some special abilities, like his badass combat shout. Despite his old age, he still kicks ass like a pro, and since we were talking about a curse area, yes, he can transform if his HP reaches 0 in combat. He is a werebear, however. And let's not forget about the most important feature, he has a beard! So without question, an incredibly cool follower. About the next one I'm not so sure, however. He is called Papich, fully voiced Skyrim follower by awesome Romchick. This one can be found in the Bannard Mare.
Доброго времени бытия.
What? Excuse me, I didn't quite get that.
Активируем скилл. Скилл на пределе.
Okay, he speaks Russian, and the dialogues are also in Russian. But since my game is still not in Russian, the text is made out of those nonsense letters. Those are not Russian letters. Look, I don't know what the hell is going on here either. He is supposed to be based on some famous streamer. I mean, that's great and all, but I couldn't even get that bitch to follow me. I tried disabling other followers, disabling mods, using different saves, nothing worked. And the mod description says the no-follow issue was fixed in version 1.1. Well, I guess not really, at least not for me. Yeah, this is also about how I feel right now. Well, at least he used those cool custom skills in combat. But you know what? Fuck this. If the mountain will not come to Yngvarr will use console commands. There we go, perfect. He is exactly at the right spot now. Mission accomplished. Fortunately, there is another custom voice follower, Kaelyn Tsai by Raka Deva. She is hanging around the Sleeping Giant Inn.
Hello, 'tis wonderful to see you. If I can be of assistance, then I will gladly do so.
There we go, back to the roots, the usual pretty face female followers. This is another one who uses voice lines from that Kiki Apples Cactus something voice resources. She was actually naked by default, so I gave her this robe. She does, however, have this unique stuff. So yeah, she is fully voiced, but there are no custom dialogue options or anything.
What do you want? What is it? Anything else?
She does, however, have really cool special skills for combat. She uses this group buff to increase armor, fire resistance and healing rate of nearby allies. And that stuff of hers has a debuff effect. So she is not just a pretty face at all, and can actually be really useful. I say it went pretty good in total. Some followers misbehaved a bit, but that is why I love the next category so much. Weapons always do as they are told. I mean, never mind. Pickaxe Redone by Billy Rowe. Yes, I do realize it's not a weapon, and I doubt it will pick if I tell it to, but that's not the point at all. What's important is, it's not only available in 2K and 4K textures, but also has a new, super immersive shape. But anyway, the next weapon is not only certainly a weapon, but also a very famous one. Seriously, if you don't know this one, then fuck you, I'm not talking to you anymore. Final Fantasy VII Remake Buster Sword by John Skyrim. Yes, it was too big, too thick, too heavy and... wait, that doesn't feel right. It's Cloud's Buster Sword. Well, Sacs first, of course. Okay, fine, it's Angeal's originally. And remake means it's based on the design of the Buster Sword from the upcoming Final Fantasy VII Remake, if they ever finish it. They are going for the original design for this, even though it doesn't make any sense, because it looked differently in the prequel, Crisis Core, and in the sequel, Advent Children, but whatever, there is only one thing to do now. Do you know what I'm talking about? Let's do this. If you don't know what I'm trying to do here, I'm also not talking to you anymore. Seriously, that was one of the best parts of the game. Now we only need a carriage in front and guards on horseback trying to catch up and... Oh wait, I forgot that the game is not able to load stuff fast enough if you go full speed. I guess we're not doing it after all. This is where the ride ends. But anyway, there is actually another weapon. Huginn and Muninn by Octavus14. This is kinda a spear and a small shield in one. There are two of them because one is for the left and the other for the right hand. to make sure that the protective shield part is on the right side. Wait a minute, how did this happen? This is a total mystery to me. I really have no idea how the weapon on the left hand managed to change positions only in this particular shot, but I blame Papich. Next on schedule is actually armor time, but what could this location mean? Grim ZeroTwo x Shademzu by Grim Sovereign, Shademzu and Daymar. I would say this location fits like a glove. Or like the whole suit actually. I was about to say it looks like the suit from Evangelion, but it's actually from an anime called Darling in the Franxx. Well, it's pretty much the same thing. Kids piloting big robots, except... yeah, nice design. And I'm not even gonna mention the horns, that would be too easy. The suit itself is of course highly detailed and everything, and the horns are available with and without the headband. The next one is MoonWitch Costume by Raven Deer. This is an incredibly beautiful outfit. The attention to detail is really insane here. Pay attention to the glowing eyes of those faces on the head, and also some glowing stars on the cape part. Very nice effects. This is actually based on this art here. I say both are incredibly awesome works. But you're probably wondering what's with all the horrible clipping. Check this out. I got HDT SMP to work. It's supposed to be so much better than the regular HDT, but to be honest, I don't know you guys. While I agree that the way the cloth parts move looks super fluid and realistic, it still clips horribly with the body and gets stuck inside the body, just like regular HDT. And another downside is that I had to disable the floating damage mod because it's somehow incompatible with SMP. So yeah, it's definitely a trade-off. I almost forgot to tell you about the unique equipping animation. Check this out. I have never seen anything like this. It's like a reverse Thanos snap or something. This is probably what will happen in the next Avengers movie. And also the stalking didn't get equipped at first for some reason, but here we go. Next we have some more protective armors. Auroran Armor Pack by Mikhail. No Mikhail monsters around, but instead some armors. Not bad, right? But actually this is nothing new. Those are actually the models of the Auroran NPC mod from episode 64, only that now we actually get our hands on those armors too. Well, bound armors that is, but yeah, can't complain, you know, gift Yngvarr and everything. Oh my god, look at this! The Goblin Slayer shields by Ghost Recon 123. The Goblin Slayer forgot his shields. How will he fight goblins without a shield? Gotta hand it to him later. And we also have a backpack. My Ugly Backpack by RGM. Well, I wouldn't really call it ugly, but I think someone has a little hoarding problem. Seriously, did you have to grab Riften's nameplate? That's not nice. I mean, okay, this is what the game is kinda about, grabbing everything not nailed down, especially in the beginning, except that the nameplate actually should have been... yeah, never mind. Just look at us, how geared and prepared for adventure we are! And that is good, because we still have a lot to do. First we are going to visit a city. Coldhaven, a Vampire City by Bri Hennin. I will be honest, I didn't review this one right away because I thought it looked like shit on the screenshots. But since it appears to be popular, we are checking it out. First we have to talk to any tavern owner and a quest will start. There is no voice acting, by the way, just subtitles. So after listening to rumors around taverns, we eventually learn about this strange guy who hangs around Ivarstead, but only during the night at weekends. This is obviously because he works on regular days of the week, like an honest citizen, and he definitely isn't Count Dracula. See, just passing through. And then he starts running, very unsuspicious. It's not a good idea to follow him, however, because he might suddenly turn around and start casually walking back towards the city. You know how things are in Skyrim. it's best to run in the opposite direction and wait for a few hours until he reaches his destination. See, this is exactly what I mean. But at least we finally are at our destination. Well, almost. We have to overcome one final trial. The staircase. Ooh, this is horrible. Seriously, my head is spinning. Oh my god. Can you even look at this? Just how long is that thing? This is like that ladder in Snake Eater. I think I'm going to get sick. Finally, we arrive at the city, and it looks awesome. There are lots of vampire NPCs walking around, lots of different shops. It actually looks like a real town. Overviewing the whole place did squash my FPS a bit. I mean, it's understandable, with all those decorations, lights and glowy stuff. It does look quite impressive. A great place to visit, especially if you are on a vampire playthrough. There's also a player home you can get, which would actually be kinda immersive for vampire, and even a patch file for Live Another Life. So you can start the game from this place. Yes, I know, it's actually a really good mod. But I am reviewing it now, so it's all good, right? There are even some quests you can embark on, like looking for one of the original founders of this place. So yes, minus the missing voice acting maybe, this seems like a really great town mod. But we are still not quite finished. There is another adventure, Fortune's Tradehouse by Doubt Suspended. It spins around a new merchant guild in Markarth. To start the main quest of it, we have to talk to this Keen guy.
I was hoping someone could speak to Fortune on my behalf. I'm a cobbler, you see, and I know Fortune has an open spot in his trade house. Unfortunately, he refuses to give me a chance. Something about bad luck. Convince him of my worth, and I'll make you a fine pair of boots.
Now this is an offer we just can't turn down. I mean, who doesn't like boobs? Oh, he said boots? Shit. But seriously now, let's see what this place is about. Excuse me, mister, do you feel okay? I think you might have a bit of a fever.
Need anything blown up? Or anyone? I don't know what they've told you, but I did not start that fire.
Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. I'll be on my way then. I hope this Fortune guy is a bit cooler. I mean, after that, I really wouldn't be surprised if he starts shooting lightning at me.
It's not complicated. I seek talented, diverse merchants, then afford them opportunities. Of course, the people I'm spending all my time with must be somewhat likable. But most importantly, they have to be lucky. Luck affects everything we do, to a greater degree than most of us are willing to admit. It's enigmatic, but testable. Take a septim, for example. You have the Emperor on one side, mirrored by Akatosh on the reverse. There are only two outcomes, lucky or unlucky. I gave Utkin his chance.
Ooh, so he is either a hardcore Two-Face fan, or this mod doesn't take itself too serious. I actually like that. Fortune offers us to accept Keen into the guild if we manage to get on the good side of every member. That obviously means lots of fully voiced quests with unique and interesting characters, like our Human Torch here, of course. I'm going to call him the Flaming Mustache. I mean, I always knew guys with mustaches were damn hot, but this... Wait, what the hell? But yeah, looks like this is a very fun quest line. We can pretty much end the review right here.
Aye, but not by choice. My wife died fighting for the Stormcloaks. I don't blame her for taking arms. Still miss her though. A better cook than I'll ever be.
Oh, how sad. I mean, enough! Time to stop, seriously, because it's 4 AM. And I don't want to spoil anymore, and the links to all mods are in the description below. Don't forget to endorse the mods you like. And if you enjoyed the review, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more best new Skyrim mods. I thank you all for watching, and no homo. Is it too late now? Okay, see you around.